Hi everyone, we are Airsoft Taiwan. Today I would like to tell you a new product from the CyberGun. It's the Thompson M1A1 submachine gun. You can usually see it in a lot of World War movies or in certain Vietnam War movies because it was built so large of amount. And the 45 caliber was so powerful and it's so reliable. And today the CyberGun released the Airsoft version. It's a gas blowback. And the first beginning we talk about the magazine. The magazine carry about 55 rounds BB bullet and fire with 6mm and use green gas. And then the outlooking, all the wood parts, they are actually made of plastic, including the handguard, the hand grip, and the stock. But they replicate the shape and the detail, including the gun sling in the front and the rear gun sling. And also, they replicate the oil ring. The space used to store the gun cleaning tools or the oil, they still have it. And as for the gun, both sides of the trademarks, actually they all show the details. For example, this one is right the Auto Ordnance Corporation, and on the other side is right the Thompson submachine gun caliber 6mm M1A1 and have this individual serial number. And in the top of this gun, it have these trademark logos. It comes with the fixed rear side and the front side. And as for the materials, the upper receiver and lower receiver, they are made of aluminum, and so does the outer barrel. And what parts are made of steel? The gun slings, including the front gun sling and the rear gun sling, the tappet, the charge handle, the rear side, and the select lever and the pin. But as for the trigger and the select lever, they are made of zinc or aluminum. And for this gun, when you see the select lever right here, in the front one is the fire mode and the rear one is the safety. And the rod is the indicator. When you're turning the rod forward for the safety, this will turn to fire mode, and you turning rear, that will turn to safe mode. And in safe mode, it will lock the trigger and also the bolt carrier. Until you turn to fire mode, you can cock it or you can pull the trigger. And when you pull the trigger or cock it, pull the bolt to the rear, it will lock to the rear automatically due to the design. Okay. Now, the fire mode, if you're turning forward, that means the full auto mode. And if you turn into the rear, that is the semi-fire mode. And now, it's a GBB, so we got to talk about the hop-up design. The hop-up design is actually storage in the top end, in the front end of the chamber. You can see a groove right here. And this groove is also the ring to adjust the hop-up. But actually, maybe you need a small tools to adjust it. When you tighten it, you will release the hop-up. When you loosen it, actually in the opposite, that will increase the hop-up. And there's a very, very sweet design for you. If you have a hex screw right here, you can loosen the screw in the rear of the front end. Once you loosen it, you are able to pull out the whole outer barrel and inner barrel set. Actually, the whole front end, you can pull it out, so you can see the hop-up setting right here, and also you can easier to clean the inner barrel. Okay, now we want to talk about the field strip. And to field strip this submachine gun, you got two steps to do. The first step is you need to switch the fire mode and the safety mode first. Then you can take the parts out. You can take out the upper receiver and lower receiver separate. Okay, now the first step is the fire mode. You need to switch to the full auto mode first. So you need to switch forward and see the indicator point to the forward. And the next is the safety mode. You need to switch to the fire mode. Remember, I just told you, when you switch to the safe mode, it will lock the trigger and the charge handle, right? Okay, now we finish this setting. Okay, now we need to field strip it. So, here's the button in the rear. You can see that. See this button? Okay, now you need to push this button, and then you can pull the trigger. Once you pull the trigger, you can pull out the lower receiver, and then you can finish the field strip. And the fuse strip, you can see the lower receiver and the upper receiver. Now I tell you why we need to switch to the full auto mode. Because when you switch to the full auto mode, this mechanism will drop. But when you switch to the semi-fire mode, it will flip up and interrupt your mechanisms. For example, looks like this. It will flip up, right? Okay, now we test the materials. Okay, the triggers, the seals. Okay, this part is made of steel, but others, for example, the wave lock, they are made of zinc, but I think the seal is made of steel. Okay, and the next is take out the bolt carrier. To take out the bolt carrier, you got to take out the charge handle first. And you need to pull out the charge handle, you need to put it to the middle, and you can press it a little bit right side. When you put it to the right side, you can take out the charge handle. Once you take out, you can remove the recoil spring guide. And then you can take out the bolt carrier. Okay, now we want to talk about the bolt carrier. Actually, the bolt carrier looks so square shape, but it looks heavy, but actually it's not. It's not so weight as you thought. If we measure the weight goes to about 179 grams. But what attract my attention is because the size of the nozzle. You can see the nozzle right here is very big and very long. For example, the M4 nozzle, the diameter only reach about 18, but this one go to about 20.6. Okay, and the next is the length. I want to take original M4 nozzle to make a comparison. You can see a big difference, right? Okay, this one is the M4 and this one is the M1 Thompson. So M1 Thompson truly have a big space to store the gas when you firing this BB bullet. Okay, now we want to test the FPS and the recoil. But this one is a little bit different because the design of the bolt carrier. So actually, not like the M4 or AK, those assault rifles, the whole bolt system will kick back directly. Instead, the bolt will moving forward first. So actually, there's a little bit different. So maybe the numbers also will be a little different. But it doesn't matter, we still want to test the FPS and the recoil. We want to test 3 rounds with .2 BB and green gas. Okay, the first round goes to about 319 FPS. It's near about 97 MPS. And the recoil goes to about 0.7 or 0.8. Okay, the next round. Okay, the FPS go to 291, which be about the MPS going to 88, and the recoil goes to 0.9. And the last shot. Okay, the FPS go to 315, which about 96 MPS, and the recoil kicks nearly 1. Okay, that's our recoil test and the FPS. And now I want to test the full auto mode. I use the .2 BB and green gas and load with 55 rounds BB bullet. And now I want to shoot the full auto mode. Okay, so the magazine is empty now. So the 55 rounds BB bullet. It only actually we just reload about 43 rounds, but it's still fired. So I think it's very useful in the war game. Basically it kicks very smooth and you can feel it. I think that's because the recoil different is the bolt actually you cock to the rear first, then when you fire it, it kick to the forward first. So the numbers will be a little bit different. But I think this is still a good choice for you to join the war game, especially when you want to join the cosplay activities for the World War II. So if you like this product, please order from the Airsoft Taiwan online shop. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.